Hey guys, welcome in on a very happy Friday to you as we welcome in the month of September. Yep, let that marinate for a minute here. Still a couple of months away from one of the biggest days in horse racing. Of course, the Breeders' Cup will be here before we know it. But before then, quite a number of stakes races, including this one this weekend in Del Mar, the Pacific Classic. And who better to help us cash a few tickets out the window than the pundits themselves as we welcome in Marco D'Angelo in the house. Sig is here, no doubt, trying to completely abolish a year ago and the Pacific Classic from his mind right now. But Marco, always a pleasure to see you here, my man. It's a good time. We've got football starting, NFL will be here next week. Of course, college is here. Baseball playoffs will be here before you know it. And oh yeah, some really great races between now and the Breeders' Cup. A lot happening in the world of sports.
Absolutely, Joe. And a lot of these big races that we're looking at are those win and you're in. This is one of those races with the Pacific Classic, as everybody's looking forward to a Breeders' Cup Day. Kind of sad on one note that this is $1 million race. It's the signature race of the meet at Del Mar, and unfortunately, we only got 6 horses in the Pacific Classic, but we're not short on talent from the top half of the 6 starters, and we'll break that down here in a moment. But yes, it's a fun time with every sport going. And don't forget, Joe, we're only a month away from hockey as well, so
Oof.
throw that in the mix.
Oh, yeah, well, and let us, that means college basketball, and I can't even the NBA still making headlines yesterday. Unreal. Sig, what is going on, man? It's been a hell of a meet at Saratoga for you here. We still got, of course, plenty of these races throughout the country coming up, and I know you are always locked and loaded, ready to go on race day. So what's happening, my man? Any pick fives we need to know about?
We did have a pick 5 earlier this week, Joe. It wasn't a huge score. It wasn't one of those ones you're going to hear about me telling you on Twitter, but every time we make money. That's good. We add to the bankroll here, but we are winding down the Saratoga meet here last 4 days. They just kicked off racing here at 1:05 Eastern. For Friday's card, we have Saturday, Sunday. Closing day is on Monday. So after Saratoga wraps up here on Monday, we're going to do a couple days at Kentucky Downs where it's all turf racing with huge fields and nice purses. Always huge payouts there. Yesterday's early pick 4 was opening day there. Paid over $9,000 just on the pick 4. We had some nice pick 5 hits, but we haven't had a $9,000 pick 4 hit. So looking forward to Kentucky Downs, and then we'll be slotted over to Keeneland here for October when their fall meet kicks off, and then right into the Breeders' Cup here. So it's a great fall of racing. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, love it. A lot of money to be made here. All looking forward to what happens, of course, a couple of months at the Breeders' Cup, the richest day in all of sports. But quick reminder, you heard Marco talk about it. A lot going on in the world of sports right now. In fact, you can hop on board with him. $59, guys, will get you a 3-day all-access pass. What does that mean? It means every damn play he has across the board, including all his selections this weekend at the track. You can get it all for just $59. All you have to do is head over to Marco's page. Take advantage of it, guys. I'm telling you right now, huge weekend in college basketball. Not yet, college football. But let's not forget, of course, we've got Major League Baseball winding down, and, of course, a ton, and I mean an absolute ton of plays, including maybe a couple of future bets going on there, 5% best bets. And Marco right now, 10-3 in his last 13 on those, 18-7 in his last 25. Go over and grab those at WagerTalk.com. And don't forget, of course, Sig. Nobody is more prepared each and every race day than Sig. And you can get his daily racing reports delivered straight to your inbox. That's right. You don't have to go searching for them. They get delivered to you 9 a.m. Eastern time at on race days, maybe even the night before. All you have to do, guys, is visit his page at wt.buzz/Sig. Let's make it a very profitable weekend as we look to break down the Pacific Classic here. Tomorrow, 10th race in Del Mar, 1.25 miles here, and 6 horses. And boy, oh boy, this should be an awful lot of fun here. And Marco, it's an interesting field here. Are we starting with you on that number 1? Because At that price, I'm tending to think you're going to pass this to Sig. I'll ask anyway.
No, this one's mine. I get extra hope and 30-1. I'm going to try to be as kind as I can be. Extra hope is the oldest horse in the race. He is the horse with the most starts in the race. Unfortunately, he's also the horse with the least money earned in the race. So I got to ask why they put this horse in this race. The only thing possibly here, it's a 6-horse field, got to, try to pick up a check in $1 million race. But this horse, Speed Figures, has no shot in this race at all. Maybe if you look at the trainer, Richard Mandela, he has another horse in this race. Maybe this one's in there. Maybe the tag team try to beat the favorite up a little bit in this race. But this horse doesn't have a lot of early speed that you would need to soften up that favorite. So we're going to do it right out of the gate. The first toss is number 1, Extra Hope.
Love it. No better way to start there, Sig. Sig's going, you're damn right. Let's talk about your favorite guy here, number 2, Country Grammar. I say favorite because I can't believe it. That's a Bob Baffert horse with Johnny V. Bob Baffert, is he still allowed to race? I could have sworn he's been ditched here. But at 4-1, what do you think about Country Grammar with Johnny V?
Yeah, Joe, we haven't talked about Bob too much on the show here. He is allowed to race in California. There's been a lot of talk recently. He's had some hearings the past couple of weeks in Kentucky with the Kentucky Horse Racing Commission, but we'll leave that for another day. But before I pass up the opportunity, Marco missed a major opportunity there on Extra Hope, guys. We should just rename that horse on Saturday either No Hope or Hopeless because he's got no shot in there. Let's get the Country Grammar, who does have a shot against his field. The Baffert trainee, he's coming in here on Saturday. Earlier this year, he banked a nice purse winning the Dubai World Cup, but he only has 1 start so far in 2022 in North America. He finished the runner-up to Royal Ship, who's also in this field here in the San Diego Handicap here at Del Mar in July. That last effort after a long layoff, after they shipped them back from the Middle East here, was definitely a primer for Saturday. And if anyone in this field here can make Flightline work for it, it's Country Grammar in this field. Believe me, after the past few weeks that Bob's had with all the stories about the Kentucky Horse Racing Commission and so forth, he's looking forward to just a day of having one of his horses out there and running around the track here. Country Grammar always shows up ready to race. Since he moved to the Baffert Barn in 2021, he's never missed an exacta. Both Flightline and Country Grammar like the race on the front end here, so it's going to be interesting to see what tactics that Johnny Velasquez is going to use on him, who's riding him on Saturday. I expect them to let Flightline go to the lead here, but hope to stay just off of him and make a late move to get him. I think Country Grammar's a contender in this field.
All right, liking Country Grammar, which is interesting because Marco, Royal Ship number 3 with your favorite jockey, Mike Smith on top there. Tell me, Marco, what do you think? Royal Ship, Country Grammar? I believe Royal Ship got the best of Country Grammar last time. What do you think here?
Well, he did, and Sig was dead on. The Country Grammar needed a start. It's very taxing on a horse going over to Dubai and coming back. One thing I will say about Country Grammar is he did something different that most people don't do. They just go over for the big race. He shipped over and had a race under his belt in Dubai and then followed it up with the World Cup, and that was the winning move. Now, if you go back to that race that these two just ran here at Del Mar, big advantage for these two horses because they got a race over the track last month, opening week, I think it was. And it's a situation here that if you go back and watch that replay, yeah, Country Grammar needed a start. But if you watch this, I don't think they could have went around the track again and he would have never got by Royal Ship, who just absolutely cruised in this race. And what really impressed me in that race is if you watch it, Mike Smith rode the horse like he was tons the best. He kept him out of trouble. He was 3 and 4 wide the entire race. It wasn't that big of a field. I don't know why he was so wide, but he just kept him out there so there was no trouble. And the horse was hand-driven to victory. Now, from that, That's enough, me looking at the replay, to say this horse is going to move forward off of that. But then I look at the workouts leading up to this race. This horse has been absolutely a beast in the morning. You look at its last workout, August 28th, went 4 furlongs in 47 and 4. August 22nd, another bullet workout, 6 furlongs in 1:12. Before that, 4 furlongs in 46 and 2. Richard Mandella generally is not known for drilling the horses in the morning. That's a move that Bob Baffert does. That tells me this horse is doing all of this on his own. He is full of himself right now and confident and is on the rise. You look at his speed figures, they're going up. This is a horse, he's a 6-year-old, he's a veteran. 14 of 18, he's been on the board. 8 of the 18, he's won. This is the horse I think is going to be the major contender in this race if there's going to be an upset. And the other reason I like him better than Country Grammar to challenge the big favorite we'll talk about in a second is we talk about trip. Country Grammar is going to be the first horse to make the run at Flightline. Royal Ship will be coming off of Country Grammar's back in the stretch, and I think he gets by. I like Royal Ship. He is the horse that could upset the apple cart, but we'll talk about that in a moment.
He was a 9-1 upset winner over Country Grammar in the last race, off morning line of 8-1 here. We'll see where that goes. But we do have a few other horses in this race that might have something to say about it, including number 4, Express Train here, Sig, and, well, pretty good. I mean, 3 wins, a second, hitting the board all over the place here. Only that was at Santa Anita. What do you think about the chances of Express Train here at Del Mar?
Well, Joe, if there was a horse for the course here at Del Mar on Saturday, it is Express Train. He's got 5 career starts there, 3 wins and a second in those 5 career starts. But he is coming in Saturday off a very long layoff. He last raced in the California Stakes at Santa Anita back in April, running second to Soledo Boy, who we'll also see here in Saturday's field and get to a little bit later. The addition of veteran jock Victor Espinoza to the Son of Union Rags has worked wonders for trainer John Sheriffs here. He hasn't missed an exacta since Espinoza came aboard here, including reeling off 3 straight wins from December of last year through March. He's going to do his best to stay close to the early lead here, where he likes to race up front. But Flightline and Country Grammar should set those fast early pace here, allowing this, or basically making this 5-year-old play catch up the entire race. His most recent success was found on that early pace, so it doesn't appear the pace scenario on Saturday to favor him on Saturday. I would use him deep on a couple exotic tickets, just lightly on your bottom of your trifecta, bottom couple spots on your superfecta here. He's got a chance to hit the board here, but no chance of winning this race.
All right. Hey, use him underneath. We'll see what happens with Express Train. That leads us, of course, to everybody's favorite here. Flightline with Flavian Pratt aboard. I mean, what else can you ask of the horse, Margo? He's perfect here in 4 career starts, although I think this is the first time 2 turns around. What do you think here, Flightline?
Yeah, Joe, and that's what you're going to hear everybody that says that's going to try to beat Flightline in this race is going to say, well, he hasn't gone around 2 turns yet. Well, no, he hasn't. He's only had 4 career starts, and he's gotten better in each and every one of them. This was a late bloomer to the races. He's only a 4-year-old. We talk about it all the time, the horses with just a few starts under their belt. You never know when they're going to take that colossal leap. And this horse has taken a leap in every single start. And I'm going to go back to the last race. This is a horse that in his 4th career start breaks out of the gate, got left in the gate. He spotted the field a couple lengths right out of the gate. Flavian Pratt from the rail ran him up the rail right away to get into contention. Soon as he did that, the horse responded, and unfortunately, horse in front of him crossed over to the rail, and Flavian Pratt had to grab the horse. So now he broke bad. Then he got grabbed out of the gate after he just started him up. Most horses with inexperience would have said, you know what, screw you, I'm done, and, might not have responded the rest of the race. Flavian Pratt was able to get him to relax, and just sat there, hand ride. But when he made his move, this horse went by the field and opened up under no urging at all. He did it all on his own. You watch Flavien Prat's hands, they never moved. The other thing to look at when this horse was coming down the stretch, he had his ears straight up, flicking back and forth. This horse was out there having fun and blowing the field away. And the way he drew off in that race after the early bad start tells me this horse is going to have no problem with the 2 turns. Flightline is the horse to beat. And, oh, by the way, Flavien Prat, he is a fixture at Del Mar, but this year he decided to spend his summer on the East Coast in New York. He's coming back home to race this horse because this is a very special horse, and he knows he's win and he's in for the Breeders' Cup Classic. Look at Flightline. He is the horse to beat, and he's going to be small odds, but I'm not stepping in front of him.
Not getting in front of him, man. That's a big favorite. And by the way, he's won in a combined 33.5 lengths in his races. It's absolutely crazy here, guys. But there is one more horse in this race. Now, wait a minute. Number Stiletto Boy. Stiletto Boy. Why do I remember Stiletto Boy? Oh, I remember Stiletto Boy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Live from Addy Almost in downtown Las Vegas. Thank you, Sig, and thank you very much, Stiletto Boy.
Yeah, I remember Stiletto Boy now, Marco. You happened to actually get that tomahawk steak. Somebody paid for that for you, didn't they? Regarding Stiletto Boy, remind us what happened there.
Yeah, there was a race that I said that big long shot Stiletto Boy has a big shot to run on the ticket. And then whenever I got done talking, it wasn't even his horse to talk about, but somebody started popping their mouth off about Stiletto Boy has 0 chance of hitting the board. He says, if he hits the board, I'll buy you a steak dinner at Adiamo's. Well, you know what? We went to Adiamo's. I ordered the steak, and you know what? I had to teach Sig a very valuable lesson. He didn't specify what kind of steak.
Ooh.
I went for the tomahawk. Oh. I punished him, Joe. I'm sorry. I know his mom's watching today, but she should have taught him better than to pop off to, his elder on a show like this.
See, Sig, you thought time had passed, you've forgotten about the tomahawk, and now look at this. Stiletto Boy number 6, and of all guys, you got to break him down for us. So what do you think? Are we another steak dinner going on here? What do you think with Stiletto Boy?
Well, Joe, I never forgot about this one. It's actually right here in my notes as I prep for this race here. This horse haunts me. I see that tab from the steakhouse here from Adiamo here in my nightmares. Every time this horse comes up, it shows up in a race, shows up in the past performances. He haunts my nightmares for weeks before and after here. We got to talk about this horse in the show. But Stiletto Boy has done very well for the owner and trainer, the Moger brothers, who have consistently had this gelding ready for the big stage every time he's asked. He's training well, and he likes to run late, so the early pace scenario in here does favor this son of Shackleford. Juan Hernandez has the mount here. He knows the horse well. He's been aboard for his last 4 trips, all stake appearances here. I expect Stiletto Boy to get a good trip in this small field and try to mount a late run here at the expected tandem of Flightline and Country Grammar, who should be up front here. It would be an upset for Stiletto Boy to win here, but not for him to hit your tickets. Definitely use him on your exotics, guys.
Oh, all right. Looks like he's giving a little love there, possibly in the exotics. A lesson learned. I love it there, Marco. But, hey, listen, 6 horses in this race, all very familiar with California racing, all have had some level of success. So the question is, what's going to be on the card for these guys? And I'm going to start with you, Sig. Talk to me here. You put it all together now. Tomahawk steak aside, what does your ticket look like here in this race?
Yeah, Joe, I ended up going 1-4-6-3 here in the Pacific Classic. I'm sorry, 5-4-6-3 in the Pacific Classic here, guys. I have Flightline on top. Marco got the glory of talking about Flightline here, but I got a few things to say as well. That Tappan Colt's done nothing wrong in his short career here, except battles with minor injuries that have kept him very lightly racing that with only those 4 career starts here. But, guys, if you take a look at, he's undefeated in those 4 career starts. He's won by a combined 44 lengths. 4 races. He's winning on average by 11 lengths every race here. Granted, this is going to be the toughest field he's faced here. And he was purchased by the Connections here for $1 million as a yearling. He's well on his way to paying back his owners, and a victory in the Pacific Classic on Saturday will definitely turn them back into the black on the profit and loss statement here. Last out in the Met Mile was the first time he shipped out of California, responded very well in that race there. As Marco said, he had some trouble early, responded and took off when it was time, when he was asked, just for a little bit in there. But he's got a nice turn of foot here. The biggest question with Flightline is, can he handle the distance and handle the 2 turns? His pedigree screams yes here. But one of the things I always talk about, guys, and this is a handicapping lesson, always be wary when a horse is trying anything for the first time, whether it's his first time going a mile, first time going 2 turns, first time sprinting, first time routing. It's always something to be concerned about here. But Flightline showed me nothing to have too many concerns about here. I think he runs away in a romp again on Saturday in the Pacific Classic. Country Grammar, I already told you guys my thoughts there. I think he's the first challenger to him. Stiletto Boy, I think I used him in the 3rd spot. Yes, you guys just heard the history of all of that. But I think he has a big shot because he likes to run late. These guys are going to be going fast in the front end, so anyone that tries to keep up with the early pace is going to be tiring out in that late stretch going to 10 furlongs here. I think Stiletto Boy comes around late, hits your ticket here. And then Marco's was very high on Royal Ship. I think he's got a good chance here as well. He's run very well, trading very well. I think he's got a good spot to hit your ticket as well here. Guys, for me on Saturday, it's 5-4, 6-3 in the Pacific Classic.
Is it 5? Country Grammar is 2, right? So that's 5-2-6-3. Just don't want to confuse people.
It is. I apologize.
Not a problem. I just want to make sure it's 5-2-6-3 here, guys, for Sig's card right now. Country Grammar number 2, not Express Train. Absolutely not. 5-2-6-3. So Marco, he put Stiletto Boy on his card here. I'm wondering if you are doing the same, or are you just going to taste that steak dinner and leave it at that, man? What's your card look like?
Yeah, I'm just going to savor that steak and remember it. And I think that's why he had his numbers screwed up, because I think that might have been the total of the bill that night for the steak dinner. And, Joe, I promise you, next time you're in town, me, you, Sig, Pony Pundits dinner, at Adiamo's. Maybe we'll even bring Sean Alvarez in.
Oh, hell no.
I don't know if we'll get him a steak or not. We'll see.
No.
I know you pick on him a lot, but we'll bring him along for Adiamo's. Yes. But for me, this is all about Flightline. This horse is an absolute beast. I don't see them beating him here. I did go with number 3, Royal Ship. You heard me talk him up. Like I said, the key to the race, I think, is going to be the strategy of this race. They're going to have to try to catch Flightline in this one. And the horse that I think is going to make the first run at him is going to be Country Grammar. And I think that is going to be the difference in the race, getting Country Grammar beat by Royal Ship. I do have Country Grammar holding on for 3rd. And I'll be honest, for the 4th spot, it was a coin flip. Express Train or Stiletto Boy, either one of those 2 horses can run 4th in this one. I decided on Express Train simply because of his style. He is going to make one run at the end. Stiletto Boy can race both ways. He's had races when he's been close to the pace, and he's had races when he's been off the pace. I think he's going to be a little bit closer to the pace, and I think that's going to do him in for the 4th spot. If he does revert back to racing from off the pace, Stiletto Boy very easily could finish on the bottom end. So what I'm telling you is, if you're going to do trifectas and superfectas, I'm hammering Flightline on top. I'm going to have the 2 and the 3 in that 2nd and 3rd spot, cold punch, and then have the other 2 horses to round out the try in the superfecta. It's the only way you can play this race when you have a 1-5 favorite. You're not going to make money betting the horse to win. So what you got to try to do is find a cold punch exacta and just hammer it and try to turn a 1-5 shot maybe into a $7 or $8 winner on a cold punch exacta.
Great way to go. 5-3-2-4 on Marco's tickets here for the Pacific Classic. Guys, race 10 at Del Mar tomorrow. But you don't have to guess on what is going on with either Sig or Marco here this weekend, especially at the track. You can head over to WagerTalk.com right now. Go grab Sig's daily racing report each and every day. Breaks it down for you on what he's looking at across the racing circuit here all around the country. Each and every race day by 9 a.m. Delivered to you. You don't have to go searching for it. You'll get it here, guys. WT.buzz/Sig. Go grab those daily racing reports. Sign up today. Huge racing coming up here all month long. So as we welcome in September, we also welcome back NFL, college football, baseball still rolling. And Marco's got you covered across all the sports landscape here with a $59 3-day all-access pass, which means every one of Marco's plays here over the next 3 days, yours. $59. Oh, yeah. And that includes any of his 5% plays, whether it be future bets he has up right now or any of his selections all weekend long here. Just $59. Head over to Marco's page at WagerTalk.com. Download that, guys. Get involved here. No reason not to make it an extremely profitable first weekend in the month of September. Kind of hard to believe. All right, Sig, now I'm hungry, and Sean is not allowed anywhere near the restaurant at all. Maybe I will let him valet the car, but that's it. On behalf of Sig and Marco, guys, we appreciate the time. Don't forget, download the brand new WagerTalk app on your smartphone, whether it be an Android, of course, or iPhone, not to mention your smart TVs. Just look up WagerTalk TV. You guys will be able to download that, never miss any of the shows. Hit that like button, hit that bell in the upper right-hand corner, and come back and join us again next week as we've got more great racing coming your way from Pony Pundits. Until then, guys, best of luck with your plays all weekend long. We'll talk to you again soon.